real quick, because I got on Facebook this morning and this is all I see on my timeline. I just wanted to talk about this abortion ban real quick because I think people are really missing the point on this one. Because all I see all over my timeline is people arguing about whether they're pro-choice or pro-life, and it's like, delete me if you're with this abortion ban, blah blah blah. I just see everybody arguing, and it just sparked in my mind that I wish people could look above it all. I don't think it really matters whether you're pro-choice or pro-life. I think that we're getting very lost in this argument, which always happens with any controversial subject like guns, abortion, birth control, vaccines. It's all the same narrative. We're going to argue until the end of time about our opinions. But the problem is that people are so attached to their opinions and their beliefs about what the world is like in theory that you can't, like, people can't just step away for a second and think, maybe this isn't right, or maybe this isn't what I actually believe in. I don't know why we hold on to our beliefs so hard. I mean, I really do, because a lot of people think that our beliefs are what make up our identity, and so we hold on to these beliefs so hard. We argue about them with everybody, we let people know, we put the stickers on the back of our cars, we wear the shirts, we want to let people know this is what we believe in, and if you come at me, there's gonna be problems. Some people, not everybody, but pretty much everybody is so attached to their beliefs on every little controversial subject. And it's because we're attached to them. We think, this is who I am. I believe in pro-choice. I believe in pro-life. This is who I am. And then when we're challenged, that belief is challenged, which a lot of people go through that when they hold these strong beliefs, because the world teaches you a lesson when you hold these strong beliefs. And then we're faced with basically an identity crisis if we're in a situation where we're pregnant and we have a choice of abortion and pro-life. You know, sometimes that really shakes up your beliefs and opinions, and I've had this happen to me before, not abortion wise, but as a vegan, there were times when I would just question, is this really right for me? And I would kind of freak out and be like, oh my god, like, if I'm not vegan, what does that make me? Because everybody knows I'm like about the animals, about life, about being kind. If I were to stop being vegan, who would I be? And that like shook me up for a while, because I was considering maybe not being vegan. And I'm like, am I a fraud? Like, who am I? Like, I don't even know. Maybe I've been lying to myself for years, and now all of a sudden I'm just reconsidering my entire identity. And then it was clear that I am too attached to being vegan. Like, it holds some type of value for me. And I feel like everybody who is arguing so heavily on this subject can really take a step back and just, if you could just look above it all, because it's really not about what you believe in. It really isn't. And that's what people need to step back and realize. Like, yes, you're allowed to have an opinion on it, and nobody in the world is going to think, okay, let me put it this way. There's never going to be a time where every single person in the world believes in the same thing. And this happens all the time, where the controversial subject is brought up, everybody argues about it, and that's it. You know, you can't change the mind of people who aren't willing to change. And that's just that. You're not just going to change everyone's opinion, and that's why all this arguing stuff, I feel like, is just pointless. I do think there's a point to raise awareness and try to get people to understand what's going on, but I think what's more important is to step back from your opinions and get off your high horse and stop acting like these opinions make up your identity, And I think we need to detach from these opinions and understand that it's about something much bigger than how you feel about a theoretical situation that you may have never been in. It's more about control. It really, it doesn't really matter what is going on. It really does, but just for a minute, it doesn't matter. It's really just about control. They want to control how we deal with our bodies. They want to give us less freedom and control our bodies and say, no, you're not allowed to make this decision. You have to do this with your body. So basically, I mean, it's been the agenda for a long ass time. It's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Same with vaccines. Everybody's arguing about vaccines. The same with birth control. The same with abortion. You can have whatever opinion you want on it, but the point is that they don't care about us. They really don't. They don't care about us. They just want control over us. They want control over our bodies. They want control over our minds. They want control over our lives. That's why they pass these laws to control us, because what are we gonna do? It's funny, it's not funny, but it's literally working. People are just arguing against each other, and people are like, delete me if you're for the abortion ban. Like, we're getting angry at each other for what? You can't constantly get mad at people for their opinions. If you're allowed to hold an opinion and express it, and you want to be respected, you must respect other people with their opinions. The real people we should be mad at are the higher up people, the people that have all the control over us. They have all the power to do whatever they want to us, which is exactly what they're doing. And I think that if we spend less time focused on how we feel about other people's lives and other people's situations, and if we just take a step back to understand that it's bigger than our opinions, that we can actually get somewhere with it, and just stop being angry at each other for holding different beliefs. We all hold these beliefs because we have experienced something in life to make us believe this, and that is our truth, and arguing with somebody isn't going to make their truth any less truthful. For example, if someone argues with me about veganism, that's fine. You're allowed to eat meat, but you're not going to change my view on it, because I've lived this, and that is the opinion I hold, or that is how I want to live my life. So just take a step back, even from yourself. Just ask yourself, why are you holding on and arguing so hard about this? And if it's because you want to make a change and you don't want us to be oppressed, that is great. There's just, I feel like, a way to go about it, and I don't know everything, so whatever, but I don't think we should be angry at each other. I don't, and it's upsetting to see, because this is exactly what they want. They want us to argue. They want us to get angry at each other, because getting angry at each other is not going to do absolutely anything. But if we are angry at the people who are actually doing this, maybe somehow we could figure out a solution. I don't know how to fix this. I really don't. I don't know what we could do. I don't know what I could do. This is the only thing I feel like I can do, is to get people to understand it's bigger than picking a side. It's, at some point, we have to understand, and it's going to come to the point where we have no other choice but to understand who the real enemies are. And the only way to take down the most powerful enemy, or to actually make a change, is if we are all on the same page, and we are not against each other, we are for each other. And yeah, I believe in a choice no matter what. I don't care. I think that we should have a choice in everything. I don't think that we should ever be forced to do anything. I think that's inhumane. I don't think that's moral. Even like with drugs, I think this is going to be very controversial, but I think all drugs should be legal. I think we should be able to choose our path and what we choose to do to ourselves, what we choose for our life. I think that we should be able to choose that always. Like, who wants to be forced to take medicine? Who wants to be forced to have a kid? Who wants to be forced to do anything? Nobody does. I will always say that no matter what opinion you have, I think that as long as it's centered around compassion and love and kindness and humility and respect for other people and doing no harm to other people, I think that any opinion can go. But yeah, I do not think that this decision, this abortion ban, was centered around compassion. I don't think it was centered around compassion or anything good. And people will say, oh, well, we voted for this, or I don't know. I haven't been following it that well, but I just don't think that the people ever really have a choice in votes. I'm that person that thinks no matter what, the people who are in charge are going to do whatever they want. So I think it's time that we switch the narrative and switch the perspective. And I understand it is very serious subject, and people should be able to express their opinions. I'm not saying don't argue. I mean, maybe don't argue, but if you're debating with a reason and an agenda, I guess, of more understanding and just respecting each other, that's cool. But being angry at each other and fighting, it's not going to get us anywhere. So I hope this helps people understand that there's something bigger, and there's just a bigger picture, and we need to rise above it. We need to rise above all this stuff. It's just not helping. So I hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody has a good day.